Hello, Apollo 11 Houston. We recommend you accept the now 49. Continue through your sequence of sightings, and then we'll analyze the data afterwards. Over.
I'm scared. Hello, and welcome back to the Depths of Jigoku Podcast, where it's just a bunch of dudes and their sidekick AI bot talking about whatever they want to. This week we are joined by Kain,
Hola.
KickenBeans,
What it do?
Scorch,
I'm the dude, play the dude. No, I'm just kidding. What's up?
and BiPoe. That's me. Dread Pirate can't be with us today. Hopefully he'll be back next week. So, how are we doing today?
I'm mad at World of Warcraft.
Okay.
I'm
No
doing
way. So you know how there's WoW Classic. There's now WoW Classic 20th Anniversary Edition, which means you can now play up to level 60 and raid Molten Core. So now we have WoW Classic.
Or as we like to call it, WoW Retro.
And they're going the full Apple method. They're just taking it away and selling it all back to you.
Yeah. It's wild, man.
Oh, but it's a chance for the people who missed Classic the first time to start over all again. Like, fuck off, man. Like,
Dude, they dropped this 4 days ago and there's people raiding Molten Core.
I mean, are you
There's
surprised?
people that don't have lives that play WoW.
But this is old school WoW. That means 4 days. Not only have they reached 60, they've attuned and they have the correct gear. 4
Or they're
days.
just raiding in
Honestly-
a very unconventional way.
Nowadays, I'm not surprised that it wasn't done in 2.
I mean, honestly, less than 24 hours? Yeah.
And apparently, according to Blizzard Watch, which I guess is just anything Blizzard related, says this event, quotations, take this with a grain of salt, lasts until January 6th of next year. But knowing Blizzard, they're going to extend it forever.
We can get back into WoW, guys. We can
No.
experience Burning Crusades
No.
together.
Nope.
No,
While I've
No.
experienced it, but not with you guys, I don't know that I have the commitment to get back into WoW.
Yeah,
Kain,
me either.
we've already had an episode about this where we talked about how you would try to get all of us to play WoW again. No.
Look, if I'm going to waste time anywhere, it's going to be on 14. And I haven't even been playing that. And where I'm really wasting time right now is playing Monster Hunter World again, because there's apparently a lot of shit I just never did.
Why is that a waste of time? You get to farm monsters and
I
play
mean,
with your friends.
Because
It's a
we're gonna
grind.
be doing it nonstop in the next 5 months.
Yes.
Okay. What's the
So
problem?
why am I playing World right now when
To prep for Wilds.
Wilds is coming out and I basically have to start all over, right? So
Because that
I mean,
shit's
I know-
addicting.
You know why I'm doing it? Because I've never played World. So thanks to my fellow brethren here, I now own that game and I've been getting into it and diving into the wonderful world of Monster Hunter.
sorry, I
But-
thought the pun was intended.
It is definitely a little addicting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm having fun with it because I'm playing it for the first time and I'm getting practice. That way I can just be good when Wilds comes out, and hopefully the controls for the weapons and the fighting mechanics stay similar. Otherwise, it's going to feel like this was a waste of time. But
They generally are. I know there's a new mount you could you're going to be able to ride and do attacks with, so that's something new to learn, but I think it's generally the same.
I mean, sort of. So Wilds has changed a couple of things as far as the area. So for one, you don't load into zones anymore. Like the different environments, like the forest or the desert, or the what is it? The Elder Lands or the
The Guiding Lands?
no, not the Guiding Lands. The Elder. What was it? It was in World before Iceborne. It's where you went to fight Nergigante.
Oh,
Like the Elder Recess or something like that.
yeah, I think it's literally Elder Recess.
Yeah. So instead of loading into those specific zones, it's all like open world format now. So you're running and the biomes change as you go through different places, which is pretty freaking cool.
So
From
it's
what
the
I played in
Guiding
the-
Lands.
No, Elder's Recess is what he's talking about. Guiding Lands is like the end game area, but yeah, Elder's Recess
Yeah,
is.
but I mean, you guys played
Yeah.
the beta, right? I know, Kane,
Yeah.
you did for sure. So
No,
okay,
I did
so
not have the time.
I was out of
You-
the country.
yeah, that's fair.
No excuse.
Oh, wait, no, it's not that I didn't have the time. It's just for some reason the game did not want to load my character whatsoever, no matter how
Oh,
many
that's
times I
right.
tried. I
That's
was
right.
literally playing an invisible character. I'm like, I don't know how to do this.
Well, I hate to tell you this, Poe, but the potato might need an upgrade.
No, I think
Right.
it's
Might
pretty
have a
good.
3060 for sale here soon.
Nah.
Wait, what? What are you doing?
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look
He's
at the
getting a
specs.
4060.
No, he's not. He's going to get
No.
a 7900 XTX because they're actually really decently priced right now.
Yeah.
I've been
They
looking
are
at them. I'm like, shit. Am I going to go full team
samesies.
red? No, I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do it.
And
Anyway,
what's crazy, it's only a slight upgrade above the one we have, but it's almost worth it
Not.
just to go away from fucking Nvidia.
I mean, it is slight if you think about it, but it's also what we both have 16 gig cards, right? 16.
Yeah. It's
So it
20.
goes from 16 to 24. That's a pretty decent jump, man.
Also, I meet the requirements for Wilds. Weirdly enough.
I mean,
weirdly
Yeah,
enough,
on
I
on
meet it.
paper, you meet the requirements.
You already
but-
saw what happens when you meet the requirements. It doesn't even load your character.
I think that was a beta thing. I'll be honest, because I
Maybe.
played
Which is-
much more intensive games and I'm perfectly fine.
Which is very fair. Betas are always
Yeah,
friendly.
yeah. Because I wasn't the only one with that issue. I just happened to have it.
Yeah. But as I was saying, so the different biomes that you go to, like instead of traveling to the ancient forest or traveling to the wastelands where the Diablos are and stuff like that in world, you basically start in the wastelands, and then as you travel, there's like full on desert, like nothing but sand. There's a forest biome that you just gradually change to. So like the desert just gradually changes into the like the ancient forest kind of thing. So it is definitely like a much bigger map. The idea of coming and going from your main camp is going to be gone. So like instead of finishing the mission and going back to camp, you finish the mission and then you're just in the world wherever you were. So I'm excited for that format. The Securet, I think it's called, is the bird mount that you ride on.
Yeah.
It actually also, for one, works as a mount, which is dope. But for two, also works as like a kind of like having a horse with the bags on it, so you can keep more materials with you.
Yeah.
And also a second weapon, so you can take with you one primary and one secondary weapon anywhere you go, which is pretty
That would
freaking
be
cool.
cool.
That's dope.
Yep. So you can have like a ranged weapon with you, or you could have two melees or whatever, right? So, I mean, you could do, your main is a greatsword and your secondary is a hunting horn if you get into a party, right? Like that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to the new.
That's
To
an
the new
interesting
bits.
combination. Great sword into hunting. Both very slow weapon.
I mean,
It's like I'm gonna swap from this slow weapon to the slower weapon.
yeah,
dual-
but the
dual
the
blades and
slow weapon
hammer.
that supports.
Hey, there's people out there that slow roll it and fucking get through everything.
I say that as I am a light bow gun and gun. So
I mean, I make my way through the air with the insect glaive, so
yeah, the insect glaive's fun. I found gun lance that all it does is explosions, and I'm like, I like that.
yeah, that's fun.
Nice.
Well, maybe if you killed Shiva, you'd already have one.
Who are you talking to?
You.
I've killed it like 7 times. I just only have the all the what are they called? Light machine guns, light bow
Did-
guns.
Did you convert the pieces to weapons?
I just
Okay.
got light bow guns. I just never played gun lance until now.
Okay. I
Did
wish
you
we
say
could trade it.
Cumlance?
Gun
Get
lance.
your mind out of the gutter.
Jesus, Scorch.
Nope.
What is
I'm there. It's happening.
darn?
Deal with it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So it sounds like we're gonna play World after this. I gotta hunt me some monsters.
Yeah, probably. Maybe, I don't know. Most likely.
Mhm.
So going back to where we started from, where WoW was putting out Classic 2.0, recently I heard in the news that Final Fantasy 14, this comes up a lot for me, is actually producing a mobile version of their game. And the mobile version is also going to be like a sort of rewind. So it starts back from A Realm Reborn, and I guess is going to go forward from there. I don't know how they're going to work that out. I don't know if it's like its own standalone sort of thing where you have an entirely separate account that you're paying a subscription for. But
Is it
I'm
like
not
a
interested.
full-on RPG mobile game, or is it like a Niantic?
It is Final Fantasy 14 mobile. It is a mobile MMO.
That makes sense because you don't need great graphics on mobile, and it's probably old enough to run the engine. So that
Yeah,
like
no,
most
I mean-
modern phones can run the engine.
Yeah, but what doesn't make sense is like producing a game that's basically reverting back to the original form and expecting your clientele to have worked for years, like 15 years or something, to then restart.
WoW Classic. WoW Classic Classic. Boom,
No, I mean,
roasted.
Obviously, it freaking works.
And then wow,
But
the next year we're
why?
gonna get WoW Classic,
That's-
Classic. Sooner or later, it's just they're gonna make the players code WoW, and that's how they play.
That's how
I mean-
EverQuest was.
I'm expecting them to like change it from WoW Classic, and they're actually going to start putting out like year versions, right? So like World of Warcraft 2024, right?
Yeah.
like like version 2024, where it starts in 2024 or something stupid. But yeah, I read that news too. I was a little annoyed with that.
All right. I'm trying to think of the correct term.
Like,
I don't know. The kid in me was like, fuck yeah, re-sign up for WoW. And the adult in me was like, no, you can't do this. You have like
Bruh,
kids
you don't have
and
that kind of
work.
time anymore.
Yeah.
You have
You
friends and
definitely have that
family that
kind of
like to
time.
touch grass. We can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
no, y'all can definitely do it.
If we're doing it, we're bringing you with us.
Nah,
Who's
That's when
this
my-
we?
that's-
Is it
that's
the
what that-
royal we?
yeah.
I can't
That's
drink
when my
apparently.
server shut. That's when
If
my
one of us
server-
gets into it, all of us are getting into it.
Yeah.
now my
that's not-
server
that-
shut down when you guys want to go to play WoW. Also, nice stain there you got, Kain.
Luckily, it's just water, so it'll go away eventually.
Me.
No, I'm putting my foot down on WoW. I will not pick it back up.
You're the friend I
care.
need.
I don't care how much you guys try to convince me. I'm just not going back to it. Like I had considered it at one point in time when I started hearing whisperings of them actually doing like a graphics update and making the game like more up to date. But no, man, have you guys looked at it recently?
It looks the same.
It's terrible. It looks like to me it's comparatively like what EverQuest looks like. You know what I mean? Like to more modern games. And I'm just like, nah, I can't touch it again.
I thought it looked pretty good nowadays for WoW. Like, because it always looked
But that's
cartoony.
They
But
never
that's the thing.
updated anything though.
For WoW, it's still back in the classic age. Like it doesn't really look any different than back then. And
No,
Oh,
how many jumps we've
You're-
had.
your orc from WoW Classic still looks like your orc from the current. You know what I mean? Like they look identical. There's not been
No, they've
any
done-
kind of
they've done graphics updates. There's a difference now. Barely,
don't know if
but
I
there's a
believe it.
difference.
I don't know if I believe it. You're gonna have to give me some proof.
It's I mean, so yes, there is a technical difference, but it's not enough of a difference to make it worthwhile to come back to be visually different for me.
Nah.
And while I did say the comment, if one of us gets into it, we're all getting into it. I more so say that as a reverse juxtaposition. I'm not getting back into WoW, so none of you are getting back into WoW.
Wow, you just lied, is what you're saying.
So if one of us doesn't, none of us do. I like it.
Nah, Beans just lied, and that he's
It's
just
a
trying to
double
cover it up.
negative.
What did you just share here? Because this is the same picture.
Oh,
They're
it's brighter.
different. They're different.
They're-
It's smoothed
they're-
out. The eyes look like eyeballs, not painted on.
The
No,
trees look different, but
What you sent me is you sent me a female orc from WoW Classic, and then you sent me the somebody's like half-baked version of Shrek remake.
Yeah, didn't say it was good. I just said they have updated them.
The examples you shared with us in our chat looks like WoW just went through an anime filter.
It's
Yeah,
the
that's what they did.
that's the best
a good
examples
way.
I could find.
That's still not good enough. Like I said, at the time when I saw somebody like, oh, Unreal Engine 4 World of Warcraft, I was like, okay, that could be kind of cool. Like, especially if they like implement some new things along with it. No, like they didn't change shit, and I haven't heard anything good about the latest expansions at all. Like, one of them was a $40 expansion, and then it only took 12 hours to play the content.
Wasn't that Dragonflight, or was that the
I think it was Dragonflight.
War
Like,
of?
I don't know. I don't keep up with the expansions
Wh-
anymore.
What's the? There was like one that's like not War Within, but there was like the fight for like the city that starts with A. I was about to say Azkaban, but that is definitely not WoW.
Azeroth.
Thank you.
Gondor?
That one. Definitely the War for Gondor.
I think we've talked about this before. I'm trying to remember how many expansions there were or are because it's still going.
Like 12?
You got Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Mists, Warlords of Draenor, Legion. So we're
Uh-huh.
at 6. Battle for Azeroth,
Mhm.
Shadowlands,
Uh-huh.
Dragonflight,
Uh-huh.
War Within,
Uh-huh.
Midnight, which is to be determined,
Mm-hmm.
and The Last Titan.
Yep.
So there
Those
is
12.
12.
So
12
I was right.
12 announced, 10 released. The other 2 were announced in 23, but we don't know when they're coming out.
That's not including the base game.
And the classics.
Yeah, well, the classics is up to Mist, and Classic is up to the base game.
Yeah, but aren't they just technically expansions?
Yeah.
No, they're
Reboots.
how do you say this nicely? I don't think there is a way. It's just a way to grab money from susceptible people.
Well, I mean, let's face it. Like, Blizzard hasn't been doing great with their games, right? Like, didn't they just put out Overwatch Classic?
Yeah, but that is only until like December 2nd.
I've seen some funny shit for that already, like a whole group of people rocking shields to protect the little cart that goes through a map or something.
Yeah, so they released pretty much
Yeah.
base Overwatch, so where you could choose the same hero, and now they're going to do it to where now you can only choose one of each hero, but it's still the 6v6, but it's only until like early December or something.
It's the
They
same
haven't-
shit. Like I'm
Yeah,
a
they
huge
haven't
Overwatch
released a
fan,
real game.
and it's the same shit. Like they're giving us back the old school Overwatch, which was fun in its heyday, but it got patched and it got changed because it was a broken fucking meta. It was a broken fucking system.
Yeah, but it
And
was
we're
fun.
doing it all over again.
Yeah, but it was fun. Like, I don't care. Like, just I wanted to have fun. I literally wanted to have 6 roadhogs that will hook the same person in 6 different ways while not looking at them.
Look, if I want to have fun with a broken game, I'll play one that's intentional. I'll go play Borderlands again.
I was thinking
It was very intentional for you to be broken in that game.
I was thinking Gary's mod.
Oh,
Gary's one. I would say I'd get back into Borderlands, but I realized that I don't have all the expansions for 3, and I don't feel like rebuying them.
So play 2.
I
We
don't.
can jump into 2.
2 is the better one anyway.
Do I own 2? No, I'm playing Monster Hunter World. I can't stick to it. No. World. Because what behind the scenes, I already have
I will
2
never
card games
say
I'm
no.
playing, and then I'm playing World, and then I'm playing another card game that's solely online because I can't actually spend money for 3 card game.
Well,
I
let's
can barely
face it.
spend it for 2.
Let's face it. Let's be real. By December 5th, we're all going to be playing a shooting game anyway. So,
What do you mean December 4th, the day it releases, we're all going to be hopping on?
okay, the 4th. Sorry.
Oh, they changed it to the 4th. It was the 5th.
What
Thank
day's
you.
the 4th?
Delta Force.
A Wednesday?
Wait, hold on.
We're not doing that the 4th because we got D&D on the 4th.
No, we're just canceling it.
I will dick punch all of you.
I don't know. Hey, DM.
Actually,
Do you feel?
I think it might already be canceled on the 4th. There was one day next month we had it canceled.
Well, I know tomorrow's session's canceled. I don't remember if the 4th was, but I know that
I think the 4th was.
I mean,
And I'm not,
obviously,
and I'm not
the
saying that.
25th probably is.
Yeah.
I'll play on Christmas.
I'll play on Christmas.
Dude, full session,
Uh,
whole day,
I have
Christmas
to go to
Day.
fucking work that following Thursday, so I'm not going anywhere.
Oof.
I won't be available, so I won't. You guys can play, but I won't be there.
That's okay. We'll
You-
just have you fling poo.
Do you celebrate Christmas?
No, I'm just
No.
going home for a little bit.
Oh, we could just remote you in on Discord. It'll be fine.
No, I'm gonna spend time with my family. Y'all are
Alright.
great, but
Now you go touch grass. Fine.
Say hi to your cat for me.
I will.
Tell your mom I say hello.
Ooh. Oh wait, that wasn't meant as a shot. Okay, sorry.
I can't tell if that was meant as a thing or if you're being genuinely wholesome.
I
So
was being genuinely wholesome,
Yeah,
but then you got taken
will.
away from me, so I went with it.
You're welcome.
It was Christmas that we canceled the game.
Yeah, no shit.
I was checking my calendar. All right. So I know there's a lot of hate for Nintendo, but with hate comes, perks and lifting them up. Have you
Stockholm
guys
syndrome?
seen their anti-scalper plans?
no.
Not that.
So in an interview with Nintendo shareholder Furukawa, he was asked if the video game giant has any plans to combat scalpers attempts to resell their upcoming console. Let's just take, what do you think? He said.
So
It's
I
a
got
free for all. Get it?
I have two takes. I think we kind of discussed this beforehand. Either A, they're somehow going to make it to where it's one per, like you could purchase one per household per like transaction, or they're already going to make it $2,000 because that's what scalpers are going to price that under.
Or they're gonna go the PlayStation method, and whoever has like a current online subscription account gets an access code to purchase one.
I'm gonna
That'd be
go
dope.
with like reservation tickets tied to like personally identifiable email or something like that. Like
Okay. So you're
Wait,
all
hold on.
wrong.
I have
Sweet.
one meme one before you say the real one. There's no Switch 2. They're canceling it. That's how they get around scalpers.
We're just going to produce so many Nintendo Switch 2s that they'll always be in stock, which will completely counteract any opportunity to resell the system at a higher price.
I love this. Okay.
Holy
respect
shit.
Nintendo.
that was
Wait,
like
wait.
that was like my second thought.
They're
Wait,
just going to
are they-
flood the market.
Nice.
I hope if they do that, it's not going to be like, and I sort of have faith it will be high quality, but I don't want them to be like cheaping out and just producing like millions of them and them not be good quality.
Well,
Everyone out of the
guessing-
box is gonna come out with joystick drift.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that they're already producing them to meet that promise then.
I think
Yeah,
they've been
so-
producing them for a year already because they come
So
out
funny
before
enough-
March.
Funny enough, on the news of the Nintendo Switch, there's already leaks and rumors that the Nintendo Switch 2 will officially get revealed in January for a March launch.
Well, I guess I should sell my Switch 1 now.
So buy Nintendo stock?
I mean, that's
No.
always a solid plan, honestly. I don't
Yeah,
know how
every-
their stock just keeps going up.
Their stock is also pricey right now anyway. It's going to get pricier, but still.
I mean, sounds like the time to buy in and then sell high, right?
Well, you're
Yeah.
buying high right now.
You're not
mean,
buying
you
high
might-
if it's always going up. It's like the S&P. This is not financial advice.
No.
Yeah. Don't
No,
listen to the
don't-
four.
Don't listen to us. I don't.
Okay.
I don't do
Look
stonks.
at all of our backgrounds.
Buy-
We don't know
yeah.
how to control our money.
Yeah. Warning sticker, whatever. Do not listen to the four doofuses about stock advice.
Rude.
Okay, how else would you describe us besides doofuses?
We're not financial experts.
Doofuses.
So Nintendo hopes to shift roughly 2.5 times more units than the Nintendo Switch sold in 2017.
Wait, hold up. Did
S-
the Nintendo Switch have a scalper problem? I know the PS5
Oh, when it
had
first
it.
came out, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did it?
Especially during COVID too.
So they're
Oh.
dropping. COVID was the OLED one, but they're dropping 2.5 times more units than they sold in all of 2017 at release.
That-
Something like
wild.
4.5 million units.
That doesn't really make sense.
I
I mean, okay, so I'm sorry. It's like to me, this is the same reasoning right now as how Sony came out with, or not Sony, but fucking Square came out with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and didn't sell as many units as they wanted to when they launched because not a lot of people wanted to buy it as a PlayStation exclusive because they wanted to wait until it came out on PC or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna produce 4.6 million units, and that's gonna deter scalpers, but they might not even sell that many.
don't think
Yeah,
they
but-
care. The staying power on the Switch is something that needs to be studied by science. The Switch was 2-generation-old hardware when it fucking released. Like, nothing special about the hardware. Nintendo just pumps out such good games that people are going to buy this.
Well,
Like, I'm thinking about
I mean,
buying
yes
one.
and no.
I haven't
Yes and no, right?
touched my Switch in a decade. Like,
But that's. I mean, the Switch was never intended to be a AAA class playing machine, though. It was meant to play the sort of. I mean, I don't want to say it this way, but the sort of Nintendo style
Yeah.
things that are, more classic platformers or like, multiplayer games, right? Like none of those have to be graphically intensive. But then they started porting games into the Switch because they realized there's a market for it, right? So now you get Switch versions of games. What is it like? I think Witcher came out, or some freaking game came out that was like graphically entirely different. Like looked like it was 2 generations behind what the current AAA title game looks like. I forget what game it freaking is,
yeah,
but
but it's just a Game Boy. As long as you look at the Switch through that view, it's just a Game Boy. Game Boy graphics were never the best.
I mean it's like a Game Boy times 10 advance, but sure.
No, I mean for the same purpose. Like you didn't buy a Game Boy to play SNES graphics. You bought a Game Boy so you had something on the go. Like they're
True,
not
true.
competing with Steam. This thing's releasing at $300. They're not competing with Steam Deck. They're not competing with Legion.
No, you know what they're competing with? Cell phones.
Yeah, cell phones and the Switch.
Yeah. Which is probably why I like the Razer Kishi. Just throwing this out there, like having the mobile controller just to drop on my phone, pretty nice.
Yeah, I can't get into the cell phone games.
Oh, you don't have to because Xbox plays on everything now. So Game Pass, Cloud Run, as long as you're on Wi-Fi, freaking play whatever you want. The only problem I have though is that some titles don't like go well. So I tried playing Sifu, right? And some of the text related to some of the attacks you have to do was so small on my phone that I couldn't actually read it.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. I didn't actually know that was a thing.
Yeah, that's
Cloud
how
gaming, yeah.
that's how I play Xbox games on my my fucking Steam Deck.
Yep.
Which I just ordered Hall Effect joysticks and a 2 terabyte SSD for that fucking thing, so it's getting Windows.
Oh, you mean you didn't just go ahead and order the winter edition?
No, I was talking to a dude in the Steam Deck Discord that got it for free.
Nice.
What?
Yeah. So he had reserved a winter edition Steam Deck, and they just sent it to him. No confirmation on payments. He hasn't paid Valve anything for it. It's not showing up on any of his credit cards or anything. It just showed up at his house.
Okay.
Yeah. So, dude got lucky, I guess.
This is an interesting snippet. So I'm kind of just looking into a little bit more on the Nintendo Switch stuff. So with the way our political system's kind of set up at the moment and the way things are projected to move forward, Nintendo is rushing to release the system ahead of schedule if possible, because of the upcoming potential tariffs that will be in place through Trump's next presidency could impact the gaming for the Nintendo 2 Switch console because of the new tariffs that they're going to be put in place to increase prices on goods and services produced outside of the US.
Yep.
So I
That'll
don't
be
know if that'll affect Japan so much because the only
It's
ones that
anything.
the only ones that have been announced is Canada and Mexico.
And China.
And China.
The high focus is China.
Yeah,
So
I'm
if
pretty
any
okay with
of-
the China thing though.
Well, yeah, sure, but if any of the parts are made in China that are in Nintendo systems, then there's a tariff on it.
They
I
will
don't
be.
know if Nintendo sources from China just on like a cultural stance.
Bro, do you think they have all the parts or all the shit they need in Japan itself? Like, those are islands, man.
No, Taiwan is what I'm thinking.
Which is
Um,
Still, the general plan is to increase taxation essentially on imports.
Yeah,
I'm
what
pretty sure that I'm pretty sure we threw some tea over some ships for this shit too. So
what
you know,
not for well, yeah, that was technically an import. No, like I was saying, currently the only ones announced that I know of are Canada and Mexico because I had questions about if green passes were going to go up and it was taken hilariously from my coworkers, which are mostly Spanish.
nice.
But yeah, I don't think they do.
they are in fact made in China.
Welcome to the stamp tax.
Yeah.
We're back. We are back to Pilgrim Days, where
China has the manufacturing prowess and the capability to produce high quality electronic efficiency, which is why Nintendo chooses to make its console there.
I'm curious because they didn't go up the last time we had tariffs on China.
Sorry, I didn't mean to segue into a political conversation, but I just thought it was an
No,
interesting little.
it's not
good.
political.
It's
It's something that's going to happen in tech. A lot of tech's going to shoot up. It doesn't matter what the president is. If there's a
All
tariff,
tech.
it's going to fuck us.
So if there's anything you want to buy, technology wise, fucking get it now. Like seriously, get it now, because I'll tell you what, half the shit that we get is produced from some other country.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is a rabbit hole I do not need to dig into. There's actually several articles and chat blogs and all kinds of shit about Nintendo moving its manufacturing out of China.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading through right now. I'm trying to figure out what the SEA is. I think it's just Southeast Asia, which is
Yeah.
Thailand or the Philippines. I don't know what electronics the Philippines produces.
They don't even have to produce it. That's the thing. They just have to provide the materials for it.
Yeah, but I don't think we would get double tariffed. Know what I mean? So I think producing the final product, it's kind of like how Toyota can say manufactured in the United States because they build all the parts in Japan, ship them to Texas or New Mexico or wherever their fucking factory is,
assemble them
and then
here?
assemble
Yeah.
them here.
No, I mean that's fair, but I mean
Um,
that still means
That's also going to change because Toyota's majority manufacturing plants are actually down in Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently it moved out in 2019 out of China for all of Nintendo product. Because of the previous tariffs that were on China. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to buy one eventually and put it on my shelf and never touch it. Like I do now.
because you have a Steam Deck, and how often do you play on that?
Actually, Nintendo hit. I've been playing on it a lot because I've been rocking Rogue Trader. You missed last week. I, over the course of 3 nights laying next to my amazing partner while she slept, put in like 16 hours on my Steam Deck.
Dude didn't sleep for 2 nights, and then the third night the third night he's like, I gotta not charge the Steam Deck so it's dead, so that way I don't play Rogue Trader.
Why
Yeah.
you been staying up so late?
I've been playing. I'm gonna play an hour of Rogue Trader, and then like my alarm goes off.
Ah, you fell in. I see.
Yeah, Rogue Trader is baller game. It's just Baldur's Gate in the Warhammer 40K universe.
I have it. I haven't started it yet for just that reason.
Yeah, be careful.
I'm not picking that title up.
I picked it up on sale for like $20 a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I saw that it went on sale. I'm just not doing it.
You don't have that kind of time. We understand, Beans.
I have to commit to Baldur's Gate if I get into another game like that. I have to beat that fucking game.
My
Okay,
issue with
I'll go down that rabbit hole with you. Let's go.
my issue with Baldur's Gate right now is I want to start over, but I don't want to do the fucking beginning part. Like, just the Mind Flare ship. I'm done with it. I played too much of the beta.
Yeah, I feel that. That's kind of my hesitation now too. Is I've taken such a long break from it that I don't know where I left off, and it's gonna take some time to figure that shit back out again.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it would be easier to start a new character. But I've spent 2 years in Act 1, and I'm over it.
So fucking challenge mode yourself, boys. Like, just get out of Act 1 as fast as you can. Don't do all
So
the
much
things.
good gear that I would miss out on.
Yeah, no, fuck it. Challenge mode
I
yourself.
know where it's all at. That's the other problem.
Because you know what? There's better gear in the next zone.
he's
but
not
I don't
wrong.
know where that's at.
Yeah, but then you
And
could
so,
sell
like, I need it to carry me there.
and
Okay,
then also
so-
when you get to the next zone, you could sell all. Once you get the good gear in the next zone, you could sell all the good gear from last zone and make a bunch of fucking money to then put you into the third zone. When you get the good third zone gear, you now have enough money to buy whatever you want and then sell second zone gear. And then
Wait,
once you get to final zone, you could then do that again. And
Wait,
yes,
you
you
get-
sell stuff.
Maybe
Wait,
I
you guys
just
sell
really
stuff?
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I don't sell shit in that game. I just steal the money I need.
Everything
No,
goes
I-
to my camp supplies.
I sell
Wait,
everything
who-
and then steal it back.
Yeah, wait, who says I'm not stealing all the money from the people and then selling them my stuff just to steal all their money again?
Fair.
That doesn't.
On
That
on
doesn't
that
sound like
note,
you get any gains off that. Anyway,
in
yeah.
in Rogue Trader, I'm a psyker and I can pop people's heads.
Oh,
As lo-
that's fun.
As long as they're
Yeah.
not a it's not called
An
a
orc?
dark. No, orcs are the most powerful psychers in the game. As long as they can be affected by psychic, there's certain people that can't be a blank. That's what it's called. They can't be affected by psychic attacks. But yeah, it's rough.
Too many games, or you might need to pick one.
Yeah.
Just keep playing and adding.
Well, Rogue Trader's my nighttime game. That's my me time game.
That's
I
a
see.
big nighttime game, my friend.
Yeah, I wasn't
Why do you think
prepared.
Why do you think he didn't sleep for 2 nights?
I looked.
Oh, I know why he didn't sleep for 2 nights.
I looked so tired in the last podcast.
Yeah. Legitimately, if you ever have like a break where you're not working, I know that's all you're gonna do is you're gonna stay up for like a week because you don't go to sleep during the day because you have stuff to do, and then you're gonna not sleep at night because you're playing Rogue Trader, and it's gonna be 2 weeks. You're gonna be like, what the fuck?
I did it again Sunday night. That's why I went to
Yeah.
bed so early last night. I went to bed at like 8 o'clock last night.
So what I'm
Damn.
hearing is you took your Steam Deck to bed with you and played until midnight.
On Sunday. I didn't play
No,
last night.
I went to bed early, air quotes.
I mean, early for you is pretty late for most people. But there's a couple things I
guess-
want to get
I
to.
guess that's fair.
He's
I
not
guess
wrong.
that's fair. Yeah. My average is like 11:30 right now, our time.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, that's not terrible, but I'm also up at 6.
Yeah.
I approve of that.
That's usually
Mhm.
what my falling
I
asleep
approve of
time
that.
was when I was not playing Rogue Trader. The statistics have
Yeah.
been skewed.
11:30 to midnight's about when I fall asleep, and then same thing. I'm up at 6 a.m.
And that's if
Um,
I'm lucky, if I fall asleep at 11:30.
Do you
The other night-
guys Oh, go ahead.
The other night I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to sleep now, and like laid down and I'm like, I'm not tired. brains just kept going. I was up to like 2.
Yeah, that's usually what keeps me up.
Yeah, at that point, I just turn on like dumb anime and just
That's
like
that's what I
fall
fucking
asleep.
did. I
should
still fucking did, and I was just like, nope, still awake. Watch
I
the whole
should start
freaking
doing
series.
that.
You got to put on an anime that you know you won't like and just have it on as background noise. That way you're not going to watch it and you're
No.
not going to get
Put on
invested.
No.
something.
See, here's
almost everything there is dumb.
yeah. See, here's the deal though. I have to watch something I like and know, right? Like I need to put on something that I'm familiar with because if I don't, even if it's bad, I'll still watch it. Because I'm just like, oh, good. What's gonna happen next? Man, like I get mad at the show. You know what I mean?
I'm
So
so
like,
guilty about that. I'll start a show and be the first one to tell you that it's dog shit, but I can't stop watching the shit show.
yeah.
I have the opposite
Yeah.
problem. There's like 50 shows I like that I've never finished.
Oh no.
I don't want them to end.
That's the.
So what do you do? What do you get halfway through and you're just like, nope, this is a good stopping point. Restart.
I get to when it gets dull and then I stop. I'm on like my 8th watch through of Supernatural and I don't think I've made it past season 9.
What?
Well, it's okay. They're coming out with a new
I'm
season.
proud
so
and
you're not that-
ashamed just at the same time to say that I've watched that entire series.
I
And
want
I'm happy
to.
that and
They're
I'm
co-
happy that I've made it through the whole thing. And the ending was a lot better than I thought it would have been, but I don't know that I could go back and rewatch it.
It hasn't ended.
Yeah, there's a new season.
They're making season 16 right now.
Oh, so they're Rick and Mortying this, where they kind of give you an ending, but it's not a real ending.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't watched the final 3 episodes because I'm like, I'm not kind of in the same boat as Kain, not going to end that series for me. And then when the new season comes out, I'll watch
the last 3 episodes. They were actually really good.
No, because that means it ended.
Apparently, it's not.
Apparently
Season
not.
Yeah.
16 is in
God.
fucking current production. Apparently,
Yeah, and as soon as season 16 episode 1 comes out, I'll watch the final 3 episodes of season 15 and then I'll wait for 16 to be done.
Oh, you kids like edging yourself too much.
That's true.
No, it's also like I have to be in a mood to watch Supernatural.
That's how you last longer. No,
I'm just brushing past that comment, honestly.
yeah.
But I have
That's
to be
how
in
you
a
edge. You brush it. No.
No.
And if you're going to edge, boys, shout out to Lock and Load. Because they're restocked and it's only 6 pills now.
Oh.
They got
The
the pills,
formula.
kind of. The pills got bigger and they lowered the amount. They did have to change the formula because they apparently depleted the world's supply of one of their ingredients.
Well, that's not
That's
good.
terrifying.
It's on the endangered vitamin species now or something like that.
Well, it wasn't just them, but it was them in like that industry. But they did
No.
contribute a decent amount.
That's the thing is there's only one other brand that is using a similar setup, and that's the only other brand that actually works. Because
Extends.
it wouldn't be Extends is a different thing. That's increasing your blood flow volume.
I'm just
Yeah. But yeah, it works. If I could get them to sponsor us, I wouldn't even want a Gorilla Mind sponsor. I would just want a Lock and Load sponsor.
Could always reach out.
I'd try it for the story.
I'm gonna let y'all
well,
try
if we
it.
get sponsored, we get it for free.
That's what I'm saying. I'd try it for the story.
So Kain, you had a subject, I believe, that you were trying to talk about.
Oh, I was gonna shoot through. Hey, it's on sale right now too. I might order a couple more bottles. I was gonna shoot through some of the deaths in the tech industry.
Deaths or deaths?
DEATH.
Okay, deaths. Got it.
Xbox is making big changes. Avatars from Xbox
Gone.
One gone.
Heard about that.
They're
refunding everybody.
Yeah, I vaguely remember making one of these.
Good. They were stupid. I never used it.
Yeah, but if you went like and paid for any of the microtransaction, like make your avatar look cool shit,
Oh yeah,
they're gonna pay you back for that.
Cool.
Oh wow.
they got the money. It is
Yeah,
Microsoft. Former BioWare, Humanoid Origin studio founder, which launched in 2021 to create new awesome games that were like old BioWare games, closed. They have not released a game.
I was gonna say I don't think I've heard of them.
And then my final one is Rest in Peace Retro Games.
Yeah, I heard about that too, like earlier.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So
Was there a studio called Retro Games?
no, like retro games in general. So there was a push about like making retro games available for general public, like libraries, or at least like for data information, so that developers at least could go
Mhm.
back and look at old retro games and like analyze them or do things with them, or just source material them, and that has been shut down. So retro games are basically going the way of the dodo. Like once they retire and there's no more copies of them, they're done.
Oh, so what I'm hearing is all the retro games people have been saving are going to be worth a lot of money.
That is one thing, yes, but the other thing is that they will not be allowed to like publicly share those games.
Yeah.
They can only be private sold.
So you can't
could
sell
you
them in a third-party shop.
Could
And you
you
can't
stream
make-
them?
Nope. I mean, yeah, you can probably still stream them. Like that's you playing the game you own. That's still
Okay.
probably fine. But you can't like make a copy. You can't, do any like you can't make. It's the emulator ROM fight again, right? It's just calling it something different now. But you can't copy the game anymore. You can't do anything with it. Like
And
once it's like
You
the
can't
way
get caught.
the way in the article that they explained it was like it was like not being able to read certain poetry from history
yeah.
is how the article kind of described it.
So
It's like
Wha-
going to the library and not being able to pick up a book from a renowned poet and being able to read it. That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
and they're going to start going after retro gaming stores.
Which
There's-
sucks because didn't GameStop just come out with a retro game like store
Yep.
design?
Yep.
Yep, they
Jesus.
did.
But there's like a conglomerate of game studios that are going to start going after their titles that can't be resold, which is going to be a fun fight in the halls of Congress and stuff like that, because we're Americans and we like our old shit.
Yeah, I don't see that working out well for this, like whatever they're trying to fucking do.
Well, it goes
I
back
was-
to you own a license to play that game, not the game.
Yeah, but that's bullshit because if you own a physical copy,
Mhm.
Yep.
you own property then.
I
Now
was
it's
gonna
property.
I was gonna say someone's gonna find a way to like copy the game into another thing and just like not get caught selling.
Oh, I am loading up my ROMs thing. At this point, come after me, Nintendo. Fuck you.
I like
I
how
am-
we went from "We love you, Nintendo" for doing the cool scalper thing to back to "Fuck you, Nintendo."
I never said the words "I love you, Nintendo."
Yeah.
I know I'm specifically talking to one specific person that always says "Fuck you, Nintendo" in most of our podcasts.
I never said I love Nintendo. I said I appreciate what they're doing.
Maybe that was a early conversation we were having. Like you love what Nintendo was doing, so I'm like, I'm gonna take it as that.
Yeah, I loved what they were doing. I don't love them. Apple
Yeah.
gets it right sometimes. I seriously considered buying one of the new Mac Minis.
The chip is real cool, but besides that, nothing else.
No, they're
The Mac-
really good for the price. They're on sale right now for like $300.
The Mac Mini as a fucking like little computer tower is a solid fucking device for what
Yeah.
it is.
I was seriously considering getting it and just having a Mac set up. Like just because my significant other knows Mac better than she knows Windows. So I was like, here's your new personal computer.
And that little Mac Mini also makes a perfect home server. It is so simple to convert.
Oh yeah.
So, by the way, I found the article and the line from it. I just wanted to read it off real quick. This is from Forbes, believe it or not. And the line is: imagine not being able to go to a library and read the works of Charles Dickens, E.M. Foster, or any other historical author. Without ready access to the history of literature, what could anyone hope for its future? right? So that's what's happening with retro gaming.
Wow.
This is not going to fly over well. You don't mess with the gaming community.
Yeah, and let's see. Today, the U.S. Copyright Office announced that it would not support the needs of libraries and archives to increase access to video game history, leaving over 80% of classic games legally inaccessible through any practical means.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep. Rest in peace, retro gaming. Unless you catch it like I am early, because I've already downloaded like 6,000 ROMs.
That just means, though, that like publishers with the IP can now hold on to them forever and either never reproduce them or remake them as they please.
Kind of, because if you don't use an IP for, I think it's 7 years, you lose licensing to it.
Yeah, but if they are legally inaccessible, even from an archive perspective, you don't have access to them anyway.
Yeah.
So,
But that's why we get a new Metal Slug every 5 to 6 years.
true.
Not hating on Metal Slug. I'll play the shit out of that game, especially if I've got like half a case of Natty Light in me.
You know, that actually makes me wonder though about like the IP perspective of video games. Like, so for Skyrim, for instance, they just keep pushing out 5, right? Does that mean that Obsidian still holds the IP for that title? Does the copyright refresh because they produce a new version of the same exact game?
Yep.
I mean, to me, that such sounds like an update. You know what I mean? Like,
It's if they are not doing anything with the IP. If they do an update and they release whether graphics or anything like that, that is considered them doing something with the IP. It's kind of
Okay.
like how Sega almost lost Sega almost lost Sonic. Because 7 or 8 years went by, or a certain time frame that's required by law went by, and Nintendo had produced the last thing showing Sonic. So Sega almost lost the rights to Sonic to Nintendo.
Yeah. I don't know. Shitty. Sounds like it's time to go on a seafaring adventure.
This just makes me.
You don't
think
even have to
because-
go that far. You don't even have to go to the wild seas, man.
No, I know there's like websites readily available
Yeah.
for half the shit. But basically what it means, I'm going to need an external drive that just harbors probably like a NAS at this point for how much data there probably is.
Oh, as long as you keep it like PS1, Xbox, the first one, and before, the games aren't big. I have a 1 terabyte SSD that is like a portable one, and it's not even halfway full. And I legitimately downloaded 6,000 ROMs on Sunday.
This
Nice.
makes me think because, and I'm not going to name the company because I don't remember the name, and 2, I don't want to like do anything. It was like a week or so ago. Kain and I were just talking about like emulators or just like playing retro games. There was a company that makes like this really cool beefy like 3DS looking thing or like Nintendo looking thing, and they make little things like that.
Neo.
Yeah,
Oh, that thing is badass.
yeah, and I'm wondering like how's that going to affect that?
That is
Oh, they're gonna
technically a
have to stop.
gaming computer.
Oh, so that's how they're going to, and then you whatever you use it for is what you use it for.
Yeah. I almost
Also
got you
trying-
one of these for Hanukkah because I was hoping they were on Black Friday sale.
Yeah,
They're not. You're not getting one.
It's fine.
But I
But no,
I
I'm saying
legitimately looked
yeah.
into it.
No, I'm saying like yeah because this is what I was looking at.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think it's like on pre-order right now. I think.
Yeah, that's why it didn't go on sale. The first
Yeah.
batch of the dual screen is on pre-order.
Yeah, and it's quote unquote on sale because you could pre-order it and save like X amount. But yeah, but nah,
It's
this is
not
something
worth the $1,200. If they dropped this thing to $8, I'd be all over this.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, that's what I was going to use it for because I have a 3DS. I just don't have a charger or games for it, so I was going to get this and be able to play whatever I wanted. Now, can they go after an individual person?
They are already could if you ROM'd.
Sorry.
What does this world come to?
Sitting over here thinking to myself, hack the planet.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think if it drops on the internet and no one's making any money off of it, then it should just stay on the internet.
Yeah.
Like
There's
the
also these devices.
oh yeah, these are really cool. But he specifically wanted a DS, something he could play DS games on. The issue with
Yeah.
ROMing DS games is you need a very niche piece of hardware, and that A&Neo
Yeah.
Flip meets those requirements. So the A&Neo Flip would be a Steam Deck essentially, twice to three times the price Steam Deck, but it's a Steam Deck essentially. But it has the dual screens, and they are set up for ROMing Nintendo DS games.
It's also not just DS games. It's the fact that for most of the, I don't like very like big or chunky handheld. So even like the Switch to me is a little big. So me getting like a Steam Deck, I'm like, I'm gonna have it. It's gonna be cool, but I'm not gonna use it as much because I just don't like the feel of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
He wants to be
Yeah.
able to pocket it, which
That
I
makes
get.
sense. It's heavy. The Steam Deck's heavy.
Yeah, it's also even the A Neo DS. It's not super pocketable because it's like a very chunky boy,
I mean,
but
it's like
still, yeah, it's that big, but it's also pretty thick. Like the bottom case is pretty thick.
quit buying skinny jeans.
I don't wear skinny. I can't fit in skinny jeans, my man.
Oh, we'll get you in them.
Nah, I
Is-
usually rip the thigh part pretty early on.
You're still in it.
I am not in it.
Do you
I-
think that the 55 gallon of lube is on sale for Black Friday?
Yes.
Oh,
It's not, sadly.
bad.
Is it still like what was the price of it the last time I saw it? It was like in the thousands.
25 cents a fluid ounce.
Yeah.
I'll let you do the math. There's 7,040 fluid ounces in a gallon, or in a 55 gallon.
Nice. I'm gonna let the listeners do the math.
Um. Fuck it. Sony's getting waifus.
What do you
What?
mean? Didn't they
What
already
a
create
jump.
games with waifus? What do you mean? Hold up. They already make games that have waifus. What do you mean they're getting waifus? Are they making Astrobot, Astro Girl, or something?
Sony is trying to purchase Crunchyroll.
No.
No,
Yeah,
they're gonna ruin
shit.
Crunchyroll. If
They
so,
will
I'm
ruin Crunchyroll.
yeah, and then I'm canceling my and then I'm gonna have to be forced to have shitty Crunchyroll
No,
or cancel my subscription.
at that point it's back to the high seas, boys. Like
Yep. But if they
Why
purchase
does
Crunchyroll, they own the publication rights to a lot of manga that exists now, so they'll end up owning the books as well as the video.
Are they trying to just go after? Well, no, I don't. I think Shonen still technically majority owns one.
It is.
Yeah,
why does it feel like that, like everything is out to just ruin the fun parts of our lives?
because that's how money and mean people work. I guess I don't know.
I mean,
are mean.
if Sony fucks up Crunchyroll in anime / manga in general, I think they would force him to commit seppuku.
No, I think they'd
there's
go
an
bankrupt.
entire country that would come after them.
Yeah, and they're already in that country. It's not like Sony's not a Japanese company.
Right.
Like it
Yeah,
wouldn't be that.
They're just not good at making decisions. Like
Yeah.
disappoint on that news.
Remaster Bloodborne. That's all I'm gonna say.
And then I only have one more thing to talk about, so this one's gonna be a pretty heated discussion, I think. So you guys got
Oh.
anything?
I got one to add on. That's not a very long one, so I think I might save it for after our heated discussion and kind of smooth things out on a happy note.
Well, behind the scenes, we're about an hour. We're almost an hour in, so it depends how long the heated discussion.
Let's get into it.
All right,
All right.
Kane, what's this heated discussion?
iRacing is collaborating with Microsoft on AI and large action models research. So if you play iRacing, you are now falling into Microsoft's Copilot.
Good thing I
Ooh.
don't play iRacing.
What is iRacing?
It's a racing sim game.
sim. It
Oh.
is. I think I can say this with somewhat confidence. It is one of the more premier sims, and a lot of the, if you ever see like the online 24 hours or the online, Daytona 500, it is run on iRacing. So it also holds a lot of the competitive events.
Interesting.
So, oh yeah, it's a really fun game. You pretty much buy base, and then depending on what like driver's license or racing license you have, you can pay a specific tier and get access to a lot more. But you have to build your way up. You can't just automatically buy the first one at like the highest tier.
Hmm.
But sounds like an iRacer's problem. I'm an Assetto Corsa kind of person.
Yeah, iRacing doesn't do drift, so I'm good.
Yeah, Assetto Corsa has more of the racing style sims that I would lean into. I'm not, as much as I like dirt racing and all that kind of stuff, I'm not big into NASCAR, which is kind of the big racing driving style of
Yeah.
iRacing.
They do that, and it's also more like WEC or IMSA, which are endurance racing. And then, of course, I think they're also pretty good with the Formula series. So like Formula One, Formula E,
I
Formula
think they've
3
stepped
one.
away and are their own now.
The F1 games kind of are trash. if you want to play like the F1 games are not great, and they're more arcadey than what people want, so people still use iRacing to have more competitive F1 races.
See, right on.
I'm somewhat in the racing sim community. I don't do it as much anymore, and I'm not like super well known. I'm just a dude that likes, but
Yeah, their
it's not.
2024 catalog includes eNASCAR, Porsche Tag, IMSA, IndyCar, FIA F4, World of Outlaws, which is a lot, Grand Prix,
Outlaws is a big league.
Off-Road Championship, Rallycross World Championship, NASCAR International, and NASCAR College.
Yeah, they have a lot of like the standard series.
Yeah.
But if you're into drifting, Assetto Corsa or Evo when it comes out, because Evo is going to be really good.
Yeah, Formula Drift is working with Assetto Corsa on Assetto Corsa Evo drifting, so you don't have to download a bunch of shitty mods.
Yeah. Or just have to download mods. Gotta go to Nexus or whatever they call it.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're gonna use your information in iRacing and the way you act and react to things to feed the Microsoft large learning model.
I mean, that kind of reminds me of what Niantic just came out with, that they're going to be releasing their own map service application because of all the information that they got from people using Pokemon Go.
Yeah, but we agreed to that previously. You know, we agreed to be tracked and all that stuff. iRacing is just folding this out. So
they're not having you agree to it or
Oh,
disagree
I
with
see
it?
what you're saying.
you're gonna have to agree to it at EULA, but there are people that have years and years of time invested into iRacing that have to make a decision now. Whereas with Pokemon Go or any of the Niantic games, you knew what you were getting into from the get-go.
Yeah.
I just don't participate in any of the AR shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if
But
not a
I
lot
see
of
the difference
people are
that you're
gonna.
getting at too.
I don't think it's going to impact the community as much as, or like maybe like the casual players of iRacing, but I feel like some of the more like competitive racers or anything are probably going to be like, okay, and then still play because they're just so into the system.
Yeah, I don't think they'll lose a immeasurable amount of people. I just think it's shitty of them as a company to
Oh,
throw this on and expect people to just be okay with it. Like, it'd be different if they were like, hey, we're going to team up, you can opt out.
yeah, that's what I thought you were getting at. It's like, oh, you have an opt-in, opt-out, but if they're just forcing the opt-in, then I'm
That's
very glad like 5 years ago I did not, purchase an iRacing subscription.
yeah, that's
'Cause
what it
that's the
looks
other
like.
part. That's the other part is it's it's a subscription based game, so you're paying per month, and then they're doing this.
See, I didn't know that part. So a better incentive than opting out would be, we'll give you a cheaper subscription price if you let us use this information. It could be 99 cents. People will fucking jump on it.
Yeah. Let me look at the prices. Because it also, again, it varies on like the level you're at. But base game's $10. And then I believe it's either like $13 a month, $70 a month, or $113 a month. And that's with like 23% off, 28% off, and 33% off respectively for like an intro subscription. And then even if you purchase like the highest tier, you have to race up until your license and safety rating is high enough to use like the higher end card.
You're on camera, love.
I do have another subject.
That wasn't as heated as we thought. I think we're all in agreement. Come on, iRacing, at least let people opt out.
I have a quick one. And tell your significant other I can blur her in post. EverQuest is releasing a game.
Wait, that game's still around?
EverQuest has never died.
Sure.
It looks terrible. It looks like EverQuest.
Well, then that's what they're going for, right?
It's a first person. The video's an hour and a half long. I'm just kind of scooting through it. It's a tactical game. All right, I might get this. I'm okay with it if it's a tactical game. Okay, never mind. I'm good with it. I was about to rip EverQuest a new asshole.
Are you referring to the Outer Brood?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm good with EverQuest if I don't have to play EverQuest anymore.
You know, speaking of old titles that are
That's another game I will never go back to.
speaking of old titles that are coming back out, Dragon Quest III, the HD 2D remaster or whatever. You guys saw that?
No.
So it's out. It came out like less than a week ago or something like that. Switch, Steam, etc. But it is $60, which I guess with inflation is about the price it was when it came out. You know, the first time.
Sure, but I mean, $10 short of selling you the same game. Like,
When are they going to
you-
bring back fucking Contra? Like,
Or get some Contra clones going here, right? Like,
Yeah.
Let's go.
I mean, all the reviews that are negative are literally just complaining that it's twice the price it should be.
Yeah. Oh, other gaming news, I guess. You know, just wanted to drop that one to you. Brains. Path of Exile 2. Apparently they did a major dev cast a couple days ago. Just kind of showcasing some of the development readiness of the game, and apparently it's going into a open beta early next year.
We had this discussion last
week
podcast, not
Sweet
about
week?
them going into an open beta and releasing a second game. The conversation was, there's too much fucking going on in that game.
Yeah.
And which one? The first
Oh,
game?
it's
Path of
two
Exile.
games.
There's
yeah,
just
the massive skill tree.
there's just a massive skill tree, and I don't got the time to research that shit.
Don't need to, man. People have their own spreadsheets out there already. You just follow
but-
the spreadsheet.
Yeah,
I've
but that
played
takes the
EVE
fun away
Online.
from-
I'm done with EVE Online.
But it also, in my opinion, like, yes, for some games, I'm like, oh, what's like the meta loadout or what's that? It also, at least for those kinds of games, it takes the fun out of the way if someone's like, oh, this is the most optimal path to take, go do that.
Yeah, and I mean, there's nothing saying you have to. You just might not be satisfied with your character's performance at the end of the game, like for high level stuff. But honestly, So much the same for me. Path of Exile kind of falls in the same path as Diablo, where I play the game to enjoy the story, go kill some shit, get on, hack and slash my way through a bunch of shit as long as I can, and then I'm done with it, right? Like I'm good. Diablo 4 left a bad taste in my mouth from the release, and I never looked back. I guess it's gotten better with the latest
Oh
patch or
yeah,
expansion or whatever.
it's pretty fun now. The only gripe I think most of us have, and we kind of talked about it last podcast, is the non-Greater Rift dungeons. So the dungeons that are just naturally in the world are not procedurally generated. It's the same pathing, but sometimes different monsters.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I liked Diablo. Was every single time you went into a dungeon, it was different. It was
Yep.
repeatable. What is another good game that came out that I heard about today?
So the game news that I have is for those of you that were huge into Witcher 3, with all the good progress that CD Projekt Red has made, they've officially announced that Witcher 4 is in full-scale production.
And aren't they also doing a Witcher 3 remake? Like open world version or something like that?
I don't know anything
It
about
was
that.
it was already kind of open world, but I think that like they are making it like fully open world now or something, and updating the graphics.
See, that I don't know, because like with Witcher 4 being announced that it's in full-scale production, it is currently being projected to be released in 2025.
I thought they
Nice.
released a Witcher 3 HD update.
They did
They,
that
they
already.
did they did an HD update, but this is like a almost like an engine revamp.
Oh, okay.
So this is a remaster, like a
Like a
remaster almost.
Basically, yeah. Let's see. I forget where I read it, but I'll try to find it for next time to talk more about it.
I might, depending on how I feel over the course of the next 9 days, pick up Stalker 2. Because
Oh, the game. I thought you said stock, like STOCK or 2. I'm like, of what company? But
Ooh,
Stalker
okay.
2 came out recently.
Sorry. So maybe not Witcher 3 in general, but CD Projekt Red has announced The Witcher remake, built from the ground up with Unreal Engine 5.
nice.
Oh, the original Witcher.
Yeah, and I thought I heard some rumblings about 3, but that might have been in like mod news or something. Like somebody modded it to be more open world or something like that.
See, the very first Witcher game I have, but I have not played it. I played Witcher 2 and then I played Witcher 3.
I'll be fair, it's kind of horrible to play in the modern sense. Like
Yeah.
it just feels super clunky.
Yeah. I played the fuck out of Witcher 1 when it first came out. I never played 2 or 3. I
3
have
was
3. I just
incredible.
haven't played it.
That's another one of those games. It's like Skyrim. It's just gonna take your life.
Yeah, it's on my Steam Deck, but Rogue Trader caught me first.
Nice.
Which also I gotta reset my Steam Deck because I'm gonna throw Windows on it, so it doesn't matter what games I have on there now. Ooh, I gotta see if I can rip my Switch emulator, since they're hard to find now. All right, fuck you,
Regain.
Nintendo.
It's gonna try to save it, but I'm like, yeah, he's full on vengeful or full on like fuck it.
I support
Hands
your
in the air.
Yeah, I support your Switch 2 not anti-scalping thing, because best case scenario it works, worst case scenario you're stuck with a fuck ton of Switch 2s and fuck you.
And then at that point, they go on sale.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. With joystick
Yep.
drift out of the box. And a
will
processor
say,
from
though, like-
3 fucking years ago.
Do you
I
think
would-
the Switch 1 can like Joy-Cons are gonna work with Switch 2? Or are they gonna force you to be Switch 2 Joy-Con?
I think it's been confirmed that they work.
Okay, cool.
So I know like the Switch OLED, the Joy-Cons for that are shaped a little bit different, so the original joysticks won't work on that system. So it would not surprise me that either the OLED Joy-Cons will work on the Switch 2,
Mm-hmm.
or the Switch 2 is going to have a slightly different sizing in its attachment, that it's a whole new setup again.
I think they're backwards compatible because the OLED ones would work on Switch 1, right? Or yeah. No, okay.
Switch
but
1
the
would
Switch
work on
ones would work on OLEDs. Because I know there's when you're
Yeah.
buying aftermarket Switch Joy-Cons, there's no differentiation.
Yeah, no, Switch 1. I think OLED could work with Switch 1.
I think they just
Just
don't
a-
want to produce Switch 1 Joy-Cons
Yeah.
anymore.
I got
Maybe they updated it.
They did a bunch. They've updated them a bunch of times actually. Because when I cracked my Joy-Cons, the parts I ordered didn't fit, and they were for a first gen Switch. But I have like a Gen 0 Switch because I bought that thing 2 days after it came out.
Yeah, and if the Switch 2 comes out with an OLED option, I'll probably end up picking that up.
It'll be OLED out of the box.
I'm probably gonna sell my OLED Switch.
Why? Give it time. The modding community will allow you to do so much with it.
Yep.
Because I don't think I'll ever use it. That's the thing. Is like it's literally it's a paperweight I'm paying $20 a year for online access to is what it is for me.
But you
Why
can
are
play all
you
the regular
paying?
games on there? Because you can have online access to join multiplayer games.
Yeah.
You get access to the free game store, which has NES, Super NES, N64 titles. all
And
on
my
there.
brother and
Yeah.
some of my family and I used to play like Mario Party or Mario Kart or like
was gonna
Smash
say-
Bros with each other.
I thought you already got the free online play. I
Nope.
thought because I don't pay the subscription. I play online. I thought you just got cross-platform saving and the access to the classics.
And online access to multiplayer game. I remember doing this because I remember being like, "Oh, I can just not have one," and like, don't have access to some of the multiplayer games. I'm like, "Oh, I'll just give them like $20 a year." Like, it's not bad. It's $20 a year. Like, I'm not complaining. But yeah,
Oh shit!
Sorry, that was weird.
Yeah, you're right.
I'd assume you're testing your camera range.
Yeah. I was.
Oh, if only you had your camera zoomed in.
Now I wonder.
My ISO came down earlier, and I think she was like in scene. But
She was. I'm gonna blur her out in After Effects.
okay.
I
So Kain, you paying $20 a year, and you just didn't know about it? You don't clock it?
no. I think my ex-wife might be.
Oh, sounds like a them problem.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I ain't gonna complain.
You got it.
I mean, I might
Oh.
tell her just to save her the $20 a year.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be like a family plan kind of thing where it's your account and hers or theirs.
No, because during the divorce, she wanted the Switch, and I was like, no, because I was playing like fucking Majora's Mask on it. So it was like one of the few things I fought to keep.
Well, you have free online access right now, unless they're listening to this and they're like, "Oh shit."
Barely wants to hear me speak in person. I doubt she wants to listen to me.
Fair. Fair.
But yeah, nothing super new. The Stalker 2 thing I'm interested in. Some of my not coworkers, some of the trade partners I work with were telling me it's a really good game, but also Delta Force. So
Yeah, Delta Force is free and fun.
yeah, Stalker 2's a first-person shooter horror RPG, which is right up my fucking alley.
Oh yeah,
run
no,
on it won't run on the Steam Deck because the recommended requirements are a 3070 Ti. But
well, yeah, no, Stalker is a great game, but like Delta Force is an equally great game.
yeah, just Delta Force isn't going to tickle my horror fancy.
So pick up both, and hopefully you have enough time in your day to play both Stalker, Delta Force, Rogue Trader, and work, and have a family, and go outside.
And Monster Hunter Worlds.
what I'll probably do is throw it on my wish list. I think that's a better idea.
Yeah.
Or
you get to it when it goes on sale.
Or you can do the life hack. If you drink enough 5-hour energies, you unlock an extra hour per day. You have like 25 hours in a day.
Good luck.
Yeah, so there's a thing you don't know about us, Poe, and is that's pretty much we're all basically caffeine immune now.
Oh, it sounds like a y'all problem.
I mean, it is for sure.
Yeah.
Because
So
we gained that extra hour per day
Yeah.
for many years.
or hear me out. Now you can gain even more time. So now you could have like 30 hours in a day.
That's not how that works. You know what happens now when we have caffeine drinks? We sleep.
Yeah, I'm working on my caffeine tolerance. I am down to 1 cup of coffee and 1.5 energy drinks a day.
Oh.
See, I'm proud that I'm now at the small cans of Red Bull.
Congrats. I will say I've been pretty good. I've been drinking just water, but it'd be great if they ever sponsor us. I've been drinking a lot of gamer subs. Like whenever I order a cup or like get like the free sample, so I'm usually drinking like one of those a day. Pretty good.
Probably not great for you, honestly.
No. Apparently there's 2 servings per bag, but they say just use like 16 ounces of water for a full thing. I'm like, okay. But like 1 a day is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty wild though when you drink one of the 12-ounce cans of Red Bull and then immediately want to take a nap after.
Yeah. Or you drink like 3 Rippets and then you're like, I'm gonna go take a nap.
Actually, I think 3 Rippets in a row might be enough to keep me up for like at least 4 hours.
I was gonna say
I mean, the
3
heartburn
Rippets
alone
in
is gonna keep you up.
yeah, 3 Rippets in a row. You're gonna be in pain.
I remember I used to drink 3 Rippets a day, and then I'd have like a not energy drink, which is just the Mountain Dew kickstarts between them.
Ugh.
So
Mountain
it'd be like,
Dew.
Oh,
I don't know if it's just me getting old or my attempt to eat and drink healthier, but Mountain Dew tastes so sweet to me now.
Oh,
It's
it is
both.
super sweet.
They also, I think they changed their recipe, but it has been super sweet. But the black cherry
It's
kickstart is
always
still
been
pretty good.
sweet.
Mountain Dew
We were
is
just used to that much
sugar
sugar.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was designed for you to mix moonshine into.
That's true.
What?
That is true.
Yeah.
That's what it was originally designed
Mhm.
for. Like that's why this soda was made.
Yeah, it was a
It was to
moonshine
mix
mixer.
whiskey and moonshine into.
I
Right,
don't
so
know
now we
about
gotta go
whiskey and
make or
Mountain Dew,
find real
No,
moonshine
it's a
and mix it
thing.
with
Hang on,
Mountain Dew.
I'll find the link.
I mean,
Moon-
I can source real moonshine. That's not the hard part.
Yeah,
then we
moonshine's
just-
not that hard to make.
And then we just buy Mountain Dew and then we try it.
All right. Well, next time I'm in Florida, I'll go pick up some White Lightning and give that an attempt.
Tennessee
Dude.
bottlers Barney and Allie Hartman developed Mountain Dew as a mixer in the 1940s. Soft drinks were sold regionally in the 1930s, and the Hartmans had difficulty in Knoxville obtaining their preferred soda to mix with liquor, preferably whiskey, so the two developed their own.
I've never tried Mountain Dew and whiskey, and I'm terrified to.
It's not bad. It's not
I
bad.
kind of want to right now. I've done Vault, which is a poor substitute, but
Fuck it. Let's Amazon a case of Surge and just try it with different fucking whiskeys and see what works.
Surge
Oh,
tastes
Thanksgiving
best.
Surge.
Surge tastes best with rum and tequila. Don't ask how I know.
No, I know how you know.
It sounds like Thanksgiving is going to be a very interesting
Actually, I
time.
could see that with rum.
Yeah.
I was there that St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
That whole
well,
month.
you know, the whole month condensed. That's the day we unlocked the 25th hour.
No,
Yeah, that's
we
the
unlocked
day we
the
added a whole
36th
month.
hour.
Yeah. Wild parties. I'm glad I'm old now. My liver can't
We're
handle
not
that
getting-
shit.
We're not getting into that story online.
Um.
No.
Yeah. I think we're good though. Other
Yeah,
than
this has been a good episode.
have a belated happy Thanksgiving, and actually, fuck it. I'm gonna release this one on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Nice.
Yep. Happy Thanksgiving.
and
If you
then-
want to
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to do the outro.
Do the outro.
Yeah, it sounds
Get
like
it.
we were doing it. Thank you all for listening again. Have a happy Thanksgiving. If you want to contact us for like sponsorships, lock and load or gamer subs or anybody, specifically calling some people out, please contact us and email us at thedepthsofjigoku@gmail.com. Of course, all the links will be in the description. If you want to follow us on any of our socials, such as Twitter or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, and then our official Twitch is just the Depths of Jigoku. We each have our own individual Twitches that at one point when we all decide to stream, we'll start linking. Who knows when that will be? Maybe it'll be December 4th. Maybe it'll be when Wilds releases. Who knows?
Well, that'd be cool to set that up for
You know.
Wilds.
Dude,
Yeah.
that would be fun to set that up for Wilds.
Yeah. Take care of yourself if you need. You know, the holiday season is always rough on some people, so always reach out if you have to. And y'all have a wonderful morning, night, day.
Don't play WoW Classic.
Hasta la nacho.
Seconds, everything looking good. We show altitude about 47,000 feet. Houston, I'm getting a little fluctuation in the AC voltage now. Roger. 50 meter maybe, huh? Stand by. Looking good. You're still looking good. It's coming up 3 minutes.